Okay, today is August 8th, 2023, and let me see what I could draw here. I got this program Krita. The only thing is the square format is not the best. Let me set this up a little better. So I usually go through inches, so rather than 15 by 15, make it 20 by 15. And resolution, I usually go 150 for now. But now I have a little more room to work with. And I'll just click on that paint layer there. And then for the pens, I think I got a pen right here that's pretty good. Alright, so let me see what I could create here. I won't say what I'm drawing yet, and then see if you could figure out what it's going to be. Well, the only thing is I'll probably have like a preview of it, so you'll know right away. But as you could tell, that would be one of the eyes. I've never actually drawn this before, so it's new, but let me see how it turns out. And the other eye, I have to figure out, do I want to angle it the other way or just go like that? I think that's alright right there. This is a nice program, this Krita software. I like how the pressure of the pen affects the thickness of the line. That's how I draw in real life. Alright, this is looking a little weird. I don't really have a good reference of it, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go here. One thing as an artist that I think about is I don't want too many parallel lines. Otherwise it makes it look a little artificial. So I'll try to, when I'm drawing these lines, try to vary it up so they're not too parallel to each other. Sometimes it's just the way it ends up, but alright, and now I have to create teeth. So let me just create a bunch of teeth here. This is the easiest way. You just keep drawing the lines. Not the most unique way. I mean, not the most effective way, but the easiest way, I would say. Alright, and then the lower jaw, I think I could just continue that pattern. And maybe go something like that. And now I'm going to have to click on every single tooth to color it in. but that's part of the process of drawing. And as you reach the edge of the mouth, I like to draw some teeth on the inside so you could see some sense of depth to the mouth, like it's got a jaw and it's kicking back in, rather than all the teeth only at the front. It gives it a little more dimension. Same with on the side here. You could put a tooth there, and then maybe a tooth there. I heard that for like sharks, if they lose a tooth, they just grow right back where the old one was, and they don't actually have bones, but they have cartilage. That would be pretty cool to have that. You don't really break any bones, you just break cartilage, I guess. Alright, this looks a little rough, but it's getting there. I haven't drawn in a little bit on the computer, so I'm a little rusty here. But there's the side of his face there. And then for the jaw, I have to bring it together here. Something like that. And then this part here connects, and that is part of the side of his face. And now I have to complete the face, the head, with the ears. So let's see, the ears. Maybe something like that. And then, see, I ran out of space, so I'm just gonna shorten them, or just angle them, something like that. But as you could tell, the ears give it away. This is a parody cartoon version of a gremlin, and it looks okay. Let's see if I could paint that in. I need to find the paintbrush, not the paintbrush, the bucket. Should be around here somewhere. I haven't used this version of Krita yet, but yeah, there it is. See, when it paints it in, you get like a little outline there. That's the only thing you got to watch out for. Alright, so with these ears, I'll just go something like that, and just to give it a little veins, so it looks a little more detailed. And then for the top of the ears, you can just put like ridges on there and like little bumps and stuff like that. Just like little U's you could create, and that automatically creates the bump, or sense of a bump. Alright, and then this piece will go like that, I guess, and maybe something like that. And then I'll finish this part here. Maybe something like that. And this part here would extend out here beyond his jaw there, so I have to continue that. And then the tongue, that'll be mostly dark, so I don't have to add too much detail to it. And then I do have to finish this ear here. See, that's parallel. It's getting too parallel, so I'll just add some variation in there. Like, I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Let me just, like if I draw this line here, and then I draw that line there like that, that looks a little weird. And it looks a little artificial. So rather than do that, I would just have, like, if I wanted like a vein in the ear, I would vary up the thickness of the lines so they're not all parallel with each other. And it gives it a more realistic look, because in nature there aren't too many parallel lines. So that's one advantage to your drawing. You could keep the parallel lines to a minimum and you get a more natural looking character or creature that you're creating. Alright, so the eraser is right here. You just click on that and it erases right there, which is really cool. And then that's a good function right there. You don't have to look in this tool list for an eraser. Alright, so I'll finish this up now. This is just the face, but let me finish this piece here, and then I'll just do a quick paint in. There is a grab tool, a lasso tool, that you can grab this piece here. Now notice I'm on the paint layer, not on the background. What that allows is for a PNG file, so you could have a clear background behind the face. Alright, so I could draw the rest of it now if I want. Let me just do something like that, I guess. I guess real basic. I don't know if this will fill in or what. I haven't tested it yet. Maybe it needs to be drawn to complete the pattern or the loop. Alright, and this piece would be like a something like that, I guess. And then he'll have like ridges, and then the arm could go maybe something like that. See, I wouldn't normally draw the head so upright. You'd want to have the head bent a little. So I would probably just erase all of that on the bottom there and have them kind of hunched over. But no big deal. I'm just rushing through this, so. Alright. And let me just get to the paint. Before I do that, I'll just duplicate this layer. Duplicate layer. Now I'll go to the layer beneath it, and now I'll paint it in. So I'll go back to the, I don't know why that tool is so far down there. It should be up there. I might be able to rearrange it. I haven't tested it out. Alright, so now the painting, it's like an olive color for the Gremlin. So let's go with that and then lighten it up a little, I think. I think that's a good color right there. So then paint that in real quick. And there you go. That's finished. Next thing I would do is go to a tan color. So that's about tan or yellow or kind of like that. I think it's kind of like a tan, and maybe a little darker. There you go. And then just paint that in. And then the teeth, maybe like a yellow. So maybe something like that. That's a little too yellow. I like to fade it a little so it's not too vibrant. So you got getting all these teeth is a challenge. You don't want to click out of that line there. That's good. It's got a target on there for the brush. A little dot would be good too, but this is good. All right, and then go back to my black pen and finish that there. Now I'll go to like a peach color, or no, not peach, like a tongue color, I guess, to be like a reddish color. Wow, that was weird. I don't know why it filled that in, but something like that. And then they have like reddish eyes, so maybe like that. That's almost orange. Red is like a tricky color because it could like oversaturate. But there's the red there. And then I forgot to color that in. Let me see if I could grab that pen again. There. Oh, see, I messed that up. All right. And then here's that tool I was talking about earlier. I think this is it. And you just click on the outside, and then you do select, invert, and now I'm selected on the character, so I could do like a wash over the layers to give it more depth. Alright, so I'm just going to duplicate this layer. This way if I mess up, I can just go right over it. And I'll go back to my pen, I'll go into the black. Now I'm going to change opacity to 30%. I'm going to increase the size of the pen so it's more like a something like that. And then thinking maybe a different brush could be kind of cool. Let's see what this does. Actually gotta, oh, that's no good. The opacity really shifted, that's why. That's weird. That's like a block. Alright, well, I don't know why that's doing it like that. I've never looked at these brushes till now, but it looks like a nice selection. There's like a... Oh wow, this is really cool. That's like a weird effect that happens there. Alright. And just going through them, see if there's anything I could work on that I haven't tried before. That's kind of interesting. It's a little too jagged for the edges, a little rough there. Well, that's a cool tool. And then I don't see anything else I want to go with. I think I'll just stick with the regular brush like I normally would. And I would just, alright, so the light source is coming from the left. So that means the shadows are going to be on the right side for the character. Now let's see. I figure go with something like that, and then the shadow would hit the top of the ear and then maybe the back of the ear, but then you'd want a little bit more there, and then the side of the eye, maybe a shadow. Now the pen is too thick to hit a lot of detail, so I'm just going to go real basic over here. See how I could color outside the lines and it's not going out, which is really, really cool. In real life, if you were painting on a canvas or something, you'd have to be really careful. See, like that shouldn't have happened, but it did because I didn't select that for the lasso tool. So here's the lasso tool. I have to click in here with a shift. You have to hold shift and then click in there, and now select invert layer. Alright, edit, select, invert, and there it is. So now we're back to the brush, and we'll just continue with the brush. Actually, if you go lighter, you get a smaller brush. That's really cool. That'll save me from having to shrink the scale of the brush. That's weird. I thought I painted that eye in and that side there. That is weird. Maybe I pressed undo somewhere. Oh yeah, I did, because it messed up before on the layer. It went over the arm. See, now I could go there and it won't go over. Alright, and I'm almost finished here creating this character. And let me just get that there and put a little more shadow there. Yeah, normally I wouldn't have him so upright. This is more like a portrait for him to be sitting upright like that. Normally a gremlin would probably be hunched over and ready to claw or attack or something like that. Alright, and there's that. And let me get that shadow in there a little bit. And then I like to just highlight the teeth so they're not all by themselves. And that gives it a little more depth too. And then this side's in shadow, so I'll just continue there. And then this part here is in shadow, and that should be in shadow too, so we could darken the teeth a little bit. And we're almost finished. I just have to keep this going, and then just maybe a little detail here somewhere. That's cool. The pressure is real effective for the tablet, the pen. I just have a basic pen tablet here, nothing fancy. I don't draw on the screen, I just draw with the pen. And then for this, alright, now I just gotta finish this part. I forgot, I gotta get that other ear. And the other ear won't be in too much shadow, but I'll just highlight some of these and that'll give it a little more dimension. Something like that. And then go like that. And then cover that area. And then that is opened up there, so I'll close it up a little. For this, I'll just shade it in a little more, give it a little more depth with the shadows. But that's about it for the main shading of this character. Now this vein here, I'll just definitely highlight it with some shadows. If I left it blank, it just looks like a line drawing. So I'll just add a little bit more depth to it. And I'm not going to get every line. Alright, so that's about the majority of that. And then maybe some shadows there. And then there, that's good enough. Alright, so now I have to go with a lighter pen. So I'll just pick white. And now let me just get the highlights. So that's just going to be all the areas that are closest to the light source. So that would be like forming little points. And then like little trails of light right near the, usually the tip or the furthest point upward, I guess. And then for the eyes, usually like a lens flare or a starburst, I guess they call it. And then for the ear, you could probably do like add like maybe like a more vibrant color inside the ear, so it makes it look like the ear is see-through. I forget what they call that. Some kind of illumination or subsurface shading. I'm thinking of computer animation, where like if the ear is in the light, it'll have like a different color to it, so you could almost see the blood inside of the ear. All right, and there's that. Now as far as reflective lighting, that would be usually along the sides of the character. And now with the teeth, I guess I could highlight a couple of them. Something like that. And the nose, maybe something like that. And then this part of the jaw is further to the left, so it's getting more light. So I definitely want to highlight more of the light. And as I get to the right, ease up, so there's less highlights on the right side. And then there's that. I mean, this looks okay. It's not quite what I would have hoped for. But for the first drawing in a little bit of a while, it's okay. Now I'm just going to reduce the size of that pen, make it easier on myself. Something like that. And then just, this is where the reflective light from light that actually goes against the shadow area. So even though it's in shadow, the light on the right side is still hitting the character's edge, even though it's in shadow. The light still shines through, which is a really neat effect to look at on like, it's almost like backlight is how how I like to think about it. But of course there's nothing back here on the side here. And then for the edges of the line, you could add like a highlight there. and then something like right over there. All right, and I'm almost finished. I kept going with this longer than I thought I would. But as far as the ears, let's do a quick test. So let's say we wanted a little bit of blood in those ears. Let's see what this would look like. I need like a airbrush for this. So I get a nice smooth finish to the edges. So that's kind of what I was talking about. Something like that. So it makes it look as like his ears have some blood in them. Something like that. And then maybe I'll just highlight some different shades in him too for his face so it's not so green, only one shade of green, but just a little more varied up. I guess I guess that's okay. All right, and then finally select none, and now there I wonder if there's like a I haven't gone through all the tools, but let me see if there's a way to adjust the contrast brightness of this. See how that affected the layer there? Oh, that's neat. So rather than a white background, let me invert that. There should be an option for the color. Let's see. Color. Adjust. Invert. Cannot apply filter to locked area. Why is it locked? So filter, adjust, invert. There it is. Oh wow, you see what I forgot? To paint his highlights for his eyes. So I have to go back in, get the white pen, and just get the eyes highlighted. So let me get to the paintbrush again. Make sure it's at 100%. And then just paint those in. Now I could go back and there it is. Alright, so now we're just going to do a duplicate. And we're just going to shut those off. And now we're just going to, well, now I'm just going to adjust the contrast. Let's see, I haven't done it in this program before. I wonder if there's a tool for that. I don't see one. Curves, color adjustment curves. Auto contrast. That's not really what I'm looking for. Adjust colors. Adjust slope offset power. I wonder what that is. That's weird. I've never seen anything like that before. I don't know what that does. All right, so adjust. Maybe this is it. I think this might be it. Levels right here. No, that's not it. Emboss, that's kind of cool. Artistic. Adjust. Maybe it's the cross channel adjustment curves. Color adjustment curves. Levels, invert. Maybe it's this. Huh, that's funny. Gave him more saturation. Oh wow, this is like the... Alright, so cancel that. That didn't do what I wanted. So that's interesting. That would be under... See, it says auto contrast, but where's regular contrast? Burn. Oh, this is sort of like contrast. Not quite, but I guess that's not too bad. See, that's the difference there. It looks a little better. And then how do you make the whole image just this? Yeah. Like, how do I expand the image to just show this? Oh, that's my old drawing. Oh, great. Where's the one I just worked on? Alright, well, test draw. I don't want that. Not saved. Oh, there it is. This one, get rid of that. Alright, so there it is. That's a Gremlin. It's supposed to be. It looks kind of neat. I kind of like it. For a quick drawing, about a half hour or whatever. The arms are a little wimpy looking there with the Gremlin, but normally that's how they are on a Gremlin. They're a little thin. They're not too muscular or anything. And the ears are way too small. But maybe it's like a little baby Gremlin or something, a little kid Gremlin. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon. And thanks a lot. Have a good day.